Imagine this: you're deep in the heart of Oak Island, standing over a muddy excavation site, staring down at a centuries-old treasure map that's just been uncovered. Your pulse quickens. Could this finally be the missing piece, the key that unlocks the legendary Oak Island treasure? After years, no, decades of theories, dead ends, and mysterious discoveries, are we actually on the brink of solving this age-old enigma? Welcome back, treasure hunters, mystery lovers, and die-hard Oak Island fans. This is The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 12, Mapping It Out, and let me tell you, things are getting wild. Today, we're diving deep into what might just be one of the most exciting episodes yet. We'll analyze the newly discovered treasure map, break down the bizarre chain of events that unfolded, and, of course, speculate on what's really happening behind the scenes. But before we jump in, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, because you know we're going to keep covering every twist, turn, and potential planted artifact in this never-ending treasure hunt. Now, let's get into it. So, let's start with the moment, the discovery of what is being called the Blair treasure map. Now, this isn't just any map. This thing is supposedly based on an older map that has since vanished. Yes, you heard that right, the original doesn't even exist anymore. But a historian, let's call him today's designated storyteller, reconstructed it from memory. And somehow, this sketch is supposed to be the key to unlocking Oak Island's greatest secret. Look, I love a good mystery as much as the next person, but let's just pause for a second. A map from memory? That's like someone sketching the lost city of Atlantis based on a dream they had once. And yet, the Oak Island team is all in. They take this map, compare it to the island's terrain, and boom, almost immediately start finding rock formations that match. Or, at least, they think they match. We've got the infamous lightning-struck stone, because sure, that's a thing, the kidney bean rock, very scientific, and other natural formations that somehow fit exactly where this legendary long-lost map said they would be. Coincidence? Divine intervention? Or maybe, just maybe, a little creative interpretation. Now, let's talk about what this could actually mean. If this map is legit, then we're looking at one of the biggest breakthroughs in Oak Island history. It suggests that there are 3 separate treasure caches hidden across the island, 3 chances to finally, after 230 years, dig up something that isn't just another rusty nail or an old coin someone dropped in 1795. But here's where things get interesting. The moment the team starts following the map's clues, the swamp starts playing its usual tricks. You know what I'm talking about, random pieces of wood start turning up, everyone gets excited, Dr. Ian Spooner arrives just in time to say something vaguely scientific, and the whole thing starts feeling like déjà vu. And sure enough, within moments of poking around, they find wood. Not just any wood, but mysterious wood. Wood that could be from a ship, a tunnel, a vault, or just, a tree. But hey, it's Oak Island, and on Oak Island, wood is never just wood. Now, no Oak Island episode would be complete without Gary Drayton doing his thing with the metal detector. And lo and behold, just when the excitement around the map starts to fizzle, Gary swoops in and finds an iron thing. That's right, an iron thing. Now, in typical Oak Island fashion, this isn't just any old iron object, it's immediately suggested that it could be a piece of a treasure tunnel tool. Because of course it is. What else would it be? A random piece of metal from an old farm? Never on this island. Every find is one step closer to the treasure. But let's be real for a second. The show has been teasing the idea of an underground vault for years. And every time they think they're close, they find, surprise, surprise, more wood, more iron, and more reasons to keep digging. Speaking of digging, let's check back in on the swamp. Yes, we're still talking about the swamp, because even though they've been exploring this place for seasons, the mystery just refuses to give up its secrets. They still believe there's a vault buried somewhere in the money pit. This week's excavation leads to, brace yourself, more wood. But this time, the wood really seems important. It's cradled lovingly by Ian Spooner, analyzed with intense concentration, and declared to be potentially significant. But here's the thing, if you've been watching Oak Island for a while, you know how this goes. They'll analyze the wood, speculate wildly, maybe even date it back a few centuries, and then? Nothing. No treasure, no big reveal, just another reason to keep digging. Don't get me wrong, I want them to find something. I really do. But at some point, we have to ask ourselves, are we actually getting closer, or are we just running in circles? So, after all this excitement, the treasure map, the mysterious rocks, the wood, and the iron thing, where does that leave us? Well, according to the episode's final moments, the team believes they are on the verge of a major discovery. The map is leading them in the right direction, the finds are lining up, and the next steps are clear: dig deeper, explore more, and keep the search alive. But let's be real, how many times have we heard this before? How many times have we thought they were right there, only to watch them unearth another piece of old timber or a rusty hinge? Don't get me wrong, I'm hooked. I'll be tuning in next week just like you, hoping that this time, finally, they hit pay dirt. One thing is clear, the Oak Island team believes they are on the verge of something monumental. The Blair treasure map has given them a renewed sense of direction, and if its markings truly lead to hidden vaults, this could be the breakthrough they've been chasing for over a decade. But let's be honest, how many times have we heard that before? Every season, there's a new game-changing discovery, yet we still don't have the treasure. Sure, we've seen tantalizing clues, Spanish coins, old tunnels, and mysterious artifacts, but at some point, something real has to emerge from all this digging. And let's not forget the possibility that the treasure, if it ever existed, could have been moved or looted centuries ago. If the original depositors truly went to such lengths to construct secret tunnels, booby traps, and hidden markers, wouldn't they also have had a contingency plan in case someone got too close? It's entirely possible that what the team is uncovering isn't a roadmap to buried treasure, but rather the remnants of an elaborate misdirection, one that has successfully kept the world guessing for over 200 years. While the focus remains on Lot 1, the swamp, and the money pit, some fans are starting to wonder, what if the treasure isn't where we've been looking all along? With every new discovery, we're seeing more and more evidence that Oak Island's history is far more complex than a simple X marks the spot scenario. Multiple groups, Templars, pirates, Freemasons, could have used the island for entirely different purposes, meaning the treasure might not be a single chest of gold, but rather a collection of smaller caches, sacred artifacts, or hidden knowledge. If that's the case, then perhaps the team needs to rethink their strategy. Instead of focusing on one area, maybe it's time to expand their search beyond Oak Island itself. Could there be an undiscovered tunnel leading to another location? Is there a link between the island and other known Templar sites? The Blair treasure map has stirred up these questions, and if the team follows the right clues, we might finally get some definitive answers. Now, let's talk about the swamp, because you knew we couldn't go an episode without it. After years of investigation, the team remains convinced that something big is hiding beneath those murky waters. They've found wooden structures, stone pathways, and even artifacts that suggest somebody was using the swamp for something important. But here's the real question, are they actually onto a hidden vault, or are they just grasping at straws? We've seen time and time again that the swamp produces results, but is it leading them closer to the treasure or just deeper into the mystery? But they're always just close enough to keep the hunt alive, without actually confirming anything. Could this be intentional? Could the swamp itself have been a trap, an area designed to throw treasure hunters off the real trail? If so, then the true answer might not be in what they find there, but in why it was built in the first place. Let's take a moment to appreciate what the Lagina brothers and their team have accomplished. Whether or not they find the legendary treasure, they have brought Oak Island's mystery into the modern age, introducing millions of fans to the hunt and keeping the legend alive. They've uncovered lost history, explored incredible theories, and brought in cutting-edge technology to search deeper than ever before. But at the end of the day, are they just another group adding to the island's long list of treasure hunters? Think about it, hundreds of searchers have come before them, each convinced they would be the ones to crack the mystery. And yet, Oak Island remains undefeated. Could it be that the true legacy of this place isn't in the treasure itself, but in the endless pursuit of it? Perhaps the real story is about the searchers, their passion, their failures, and their relentless drive to uncover the truth. So, where do we go from here? The Oak Island team is more determined than ever, and with the Blair treasure map in hand, the next few episodes could bring some of the biggest discoveries yet. But will they finally unearth something definitive? Gold? Sacred relics? Proof of the Templars? Or will we once again be left with more questions than answers? No matter what happens, one thing is certain, we'll be watching. The mystery of Oak Island continues to captivate us, and whether the treasure is found next week, next season, or never at all, we'll keep coming back for more. Because in the end, it's not just about what's buried on Oak Island. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the history beneath our feet, and the dream that maybe, just maybe, the greatest treasure of all is still waiting to be discovered. What do you think? Will the treasure ever be found, or are we just chasing ghosts? Drop your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on Oak Island's greatest mysteries. See you in the next one.